travel through the wild lands, I find myself with a distinct feeling we're being watched, hiding, though poorly. I see a frail, dirty boy watching our entourage. A member of our caravan informs me that the locals say these lands are haunted by someone they call Walter, who is said to have raised far away from human society by a stag. Apparently, the poor creature has taken a fascination with us, and has even started to speak some basic common tongue, though not any meaningful proficiency. I shall train the boy. Why not? Screw it. I'm sure Edric wouldn't leave a random orphan kid just in the forest to die, so we'll take the kid. Okay lads, we have returned home to Starfall to find our son, Dayne, although to our dismay, he is a sickly child. I have betrothed him to my niece, Vale, who's about 2 years older than him. But still, hopefully, young Beric doesn't die. He doesn't look like much of a Dane, though. He looks after his mother. He's a ginger. But when we do get back, Walter has been a real challenge to mentor, that is much certain. He's scarcely able to string a sentence together, and still prowls around like a beast. Life indoors seems to cause him a great deal of stress, and when he does decide to speak, he speaks almost exclusively of returning to the wilderness. I watch as he stands uncomfortably on 2 legs and motions to leave, but somehow I know that it is time. He's leaving for good. Give it one more chance. Though nobody ever dared to dream it, it appears that there has been a breakthrough in Walter's development. Once a simple child, cradled by none but feral beasts, the boy is at last showing progress. Walter speaks in complete sentences and plays with the other children his age as if he had always been one of them. Today, after our usual lessons, he even asked me to be his father. I don't know, because if Beric died, then I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't know. Because I don't want little Beric to die. And then for the Walter Dayne guy to take over. I'm sure Beric would be fine. Probably. You imagine how pissed my wife's gonna be? I come home from a feast with some weird feral kid, and then I start calling him my son. Wait, if I make him Dayne, does that make him, like, the heir? Because he'll be older? Starfall and all of our inheritance is not going to transfer to this random kid that I found in the woods. That's not happening. And I'll arrange for him to marry somebody and give him some land at some stage. What a triumph, lads. I have another son, lads. Again, it's a ginger. I think all of their kids are gingers. Do the Footleys have, like, a strong bloodline or something? Are all of them ginger all the time or something? I don't know. But apparently the ginger line is particularly strong in this chick. Or she's shagging someone else, but I don't think that's the case. I definitely don't think that's the case. It's just strange all of them are popping out as gingers. But then, I guess, you know, most of Ned Stark's kids were redheads, so... what do we name this kid? We named this one Beric, after, obviously, Beric Dondarrion, who raised me, and my grandfather, Beric. See, I would have gone with Arthur, but I feel like they don't look like an Arthur. They look like, you know, Reachman. So, we'll go Ulrich. It's after his father and his grandfather growing up. I have another son. This one is actually this one looks Dane. This one can be Arthur. There we go. Arthur Dayne. Now we actually have an Arthur Dayne. There we go. I have arrived successfully at the tourney, at least. That's a thing. Good, good, good. Have I brought my kids with me? Yeah, but I've brought my swaddling children with me, apparently. Or sickly Beric has been dragged across the countryside. I can marry Wyler Dayne to my Ulrich as well, so then they'll be... I'm trying to get the Dane bloodlines back in, and, like, we're gonna erase the ginger and put the Dane blood back into the filth. That's what I'm aiming for here. Yeah, they definitely need to do some work and, like, improve on the tourneys, but I'm pretty sure this is literally just them. They've updated it so that their tourneys work, but they're not actually Game of Thrones-y, if you get my drift. It kind of makes sense for Edric to have married into the Reach, because he has such a good relationship with the Reach. He spends most of his time in the Reach, honestly. Like, just doing tournaments and stuff is all Reach stuff. I am actually breaking my no fabricating claims nonsense, because Blackmont's actually going to pass to the Jordanes. That's too much of a power grab, so the Danes are going to interfere because it's a power grab. Yeah, the Fowlers have lost the Prince's Pass as well, that's a thing. Some fucking Clawman Crownlander house has taken it. There you go, Lordship of Blackmont. You see, I literally clicked that button like 2 seconds ago. Can I declare war? Yeah, I can. Dawn's faction claimant is so low that it's, yeah. So I may as well go to war with the Blackmonts real quick. I just don't want the Jordanes taking over, and then they'll have 2 high lordships. That's a bit of a power grab right on my borders. So Dayne has a reason to, like... For the stability of the realm, lads. That's what we're doing for this fall. For the stability of the realm. It's not about power for Edric. It's about the security of Dawn, lads. The security of Dawn. I'm also going to say that this territory here probably used to, like, be a part of the kingdom of... Like, the Danes' kingdom back in the day. When they were petty kings. This is why I tend to avoid... But then, like, these alliances make sense. They're just really powerful. Like, there's nothing wrong with these alliances. They make perfect sense. Why can't I join? Oh, preparing for my liege's tour. Okay, that's why. Well, I guess the Dark Star is going to lead the armies. Because Martell is... I forgot that Martell is coming to visit. And we're off to war while Martell's coming to visit us. This is the Danes' ancestral land, boys. Everything that touches the river is mine. By rights. It's a mix of Dornish security and ancient claims on Blackmont. That's where I'm going with this. The Blackmonts are abandoning their allies over here. Day of sorrow. Yennefer died. No, I'll miss you. I never understood stuffing your dog. It's... No. It's just morbid to me. Hey, the Tumbletons are coming down from the north. And they are screwed. Yeah, see, look, it's already changed hands. It's now the Jordanes, not the Blackmonts. Oh, he died in battle against Lord Felix. Ah, my cousin. Yeah, I'm gonna take the capital. I'll let the Ironwoods deal with the armies. It's irritating to me that we can't take charge, but I guess my cousins and various relatives are dealing with the war for me. These lands belong to the ancient Dayne claims, lads. They used to be ours. They will be ours again. Selvagarren? Half of Dawn is coming over here to fight me. Hey, I can now be in charge of this thing. Dawn is under attack now, actually. Like they're having a little rebellion for some reason. What's going on? The war against the tyranny of Prince Quinton. It's just those dudes. Everybody else is against him. I'm pretty sure Martell can handle that by themselves. This is one of those wars where I'm like, okay, we've beaten them 1,000 times, we've vastly outnumbered them, we've taken their capital, why am I only 53% complete? Like, you have to take more territory. But then every time I go to, like, lay siege to something, I have to move, because I have 1 billion armies all over the place. And it takes me 12 billion years to siege something. Like, it's going to take me 3 years to siege this. And every time I go to siege something, more armies show up out of thin air to attack me and try to take my stuff back. At least the allies are doing stuff. Where are they getting war score from? What the is happening? I don't get it. Like, how are they winning now? Like, what? How does that make any sense? What is this? We wait 12 billion years to lay siege to this because I have no siege equipment. Despite the thousands and thousands of victories, we are somehow 30% war score. How does that work? Yeah. Seriously, I don't agree at all with how the system works. It's very, very stupid to me. And we get that territory, and basically we'll just take Blackmont from those dudes. Because we view it as a threat to the power struggle in the area. There you go. Lord Walter, the son of deer, of House Starhart. It's both a nod to House Dayne, with the violet-purple colours. A star on the sword for Dawn and Dayne. And the shooting star, obviously. And then the deer antlers for his nod to his heritage. Edric thinks of him as a son, in like an unofficial sense. He just hasn't acknowledged him as being, because he, you know, isn't. But he considers the boy, you know, part of the family. So that's why he's allowed him to use the purple colours. But, you know, we'll basically just take Blackmont and secure that land for ancestral claims and security reasons. Because the Jordanes now control 2 high lordships, which is not okay. Especially on our borders. Unacceptable. Lord Jordan died, so I can actually declare war on Blackmont again. And he has no allies this time. He is still beating the hell out of... But I think it was his father? Yeah, his father just dropped dead. Yeah, see, look, but if he dies now, then the Tor and the main branch of the Jordanes inherit. That's a threat to our security, lads. That can't be allowed to stand. It's absolutely unacceptable. They have no friends to call on, so... Well, they might do if they'd hurry up and make an alliance with the other guys, but I think it'll be too late by the time that's done. And I get another claim. You see how this is why I say I'm not doing the fabricate claim thing. This is purely because I can think of a lore reason why the Danes would push on this territory. It's because the Jordanes are overstepping their position. Like they're a threat to our security at that point. There's also an extra legitimate reason is, the Blackmonts are all dead, right? No. There's still some alive. They're just not here. They're in other courts or something. I don't know. Actually, I might be able to make Blackmonts like our vassals at some point somehow, maybe. Oh, I had a daughter. Oh, wait, no. Oh, son of a... Again? Every time. This is the second wife Edric has lost now to childbirth. This is ridiculous. Oh, I know what I'm going to call her as well. Kind of a middle finger to Sylvia, but we were never particularly in love with her, were we? I know exactly what Edric is going to call if it would let me click on the f***ing thing. Jesus. We will name the daughter Tala. Tala Dayne. One life has been extinguished, but a new one has just begun. I must stay strong for my daughter. Which we will name Tala, after his first wife. I don't think we ever became soulmates with Sylvia. We were soulmates with the Red Wayne girl, so... yeah, I don't think Edric is going to remarry, honestly. Because at this point, he's lost 2 wives to frickin' childbirth. It's, yeah, I don't think it's gonna... I don't think he's gonna remarry. Unless we, like, have an event or something where we find true love again somehow or some bullshit. But I highly doubt that's gonna happen. He's not nearly as broken up about this wife as he was the other one, so... cousin Dayne has lost her husband as well, so... Edric could kind of, like, bond with her, I guess. It would bring more Daynes into the world. If I can find, like, a really good match, then I'd be open to marrying again. But I don't think there's too much in the way of, like, amazing alliances around. As always, the alliances and the marriages have to make sense to me. It can't just be whatever the hell's the most powerful, because then we just, yeah. I mean, Edric will still be broken up about it. It's the second wife he's lost to childbirth, and he was the mother of all of his sons and gave him a daughter. But, you know, the one true love was the Red Wayne girl, and she died, and nothing has been able to replace her. We'll marry this girl purely for the alliance. It's purely a political match. For the security of House Dayne, basically, considering that we're going to war and all that with the Blackmonts or the Jordanes. And I imagine attacking the Jordanes at Blackmont is going to make me, like, not friends with the other branch of the family. But, yeah, I need, like, members of House Dayne to give land to and stuff for later on. It is, honestly, way too easy to get claims on stuff, dude. I now have just the claim on all of Blackmont. Like, I can just, all of Blackmont. Poof. Done. Yeah, well, he didn't get formidable, but it got skilled, and skilled strategist. That's not too bad. It's so irritating to me that I can't claim Dawn unless I have formidable fighter. It doesn't matter how good I get. I will forever not be able to claim Dawn unless I can manage to get one of my kids to get formidable fighter. Why is it Edric? God damn it, Edric. You need different clothes for this, my man. It's important. It's the aesthetics. That looks kind of cool. The day has finally come. He looks really pumped to be here. Look at him. Isn't he radiant? It's such a good match. Everything is perfect. I finally turned around and realized that my neighbor is none other than Lord Huller. Frickin' Edric's just wearing his armor for the festivities because he knows full well that all kinds of terrible stuff happens in marriage. So he's like, I'm staying in my armor. My lord, shouldn't we have... No! The armor! Bring the armor, dammit! Ironwood becomes my best friend. I'm fine with that. There you go. Finally, the guest leaves. Thank you for coming. We get Magnificent Host. Everyone is happy. And then they die in childbirth. Because of course they do. Hey, he had... Oh, crap, he had twins. If you're wondering why they're black of hair, that's a Dayne thing. They're either... Danes are either black of hair or they're, silver. Targaryen features kind of vibe. So, yeah, they're not bastards. Don't worry about it. They're not bastards. Plus, both of them have... handsome, and the kids have gotten themselves beautiful, so they are definitely theirs. They're full-blooded Danes. They're proper Danes, these lads. Okay, so we'll have Varian Dayne, who I think is the last king of the Danes. I'm not sure if I've spelt that correctly, but we're going with it. It's vaguely... It was either Varian or Vorian or something. I don't know how it's spelled. I'm not going to go Google it. But, Varian Dayne and Visana Dayne. I'm happy with that. Varian Dayne and Visana. They're twins, so they have to share, like, the first letter of the name. That's how it works. That's the law, lads. And we will continue to make our way down here. How much does it cost to bribe Martell exactly so that he likes me more? Can I gift him some terrible artifact that I don't care about in order to get some free stuff? Yes. Giving him this bloodied and terribly ugly-looking sword. I will continue to head to Sunspear and ask the Prince of Dawn to give me Blackmont. Because I say so. Oh, yes, he does. I am escorted to Prince Doran's throne room, where he beckons me for an approach. I definitely present my evidence, my claim on the High Lordship of Blackmont, and highlighted his strengths over that of Lord Merrick. After listening to the speech, he smiles warmly at me and states, "Absolutely, vassal. I shall dispatch my agents immediately to take care of this matter." This is an act of tyranny, causing all subjects to lose 5 things. Well, yeah, it's an act of tyranny for him, and then he forms a rivalry. Martell gets a bunch of renown, and I get a bunch of renown. So, yeah, that's cool. I like how rather than take it by force, the Martells are just going to declare me Lord of Blackmont. So I am now given all of that land, and he has to bend the knee. Why are the Red Wains in charge of the Reach? I just noticed the cluster of grapes on the banner, and I was like, what the f***? Okay, so Tyrell was... Yeah, they installed Dude! Okay, so Hobber Redwain, the brother of Tala, who is Edric's first wife and the love of his life and all that, and his soulmate. Yeah, I would have been related to the Lord Paramounts of the Reach. Because the Red Wains inherited and got installed by faction demand. I've never seen the Red Wains in charge of the Reach before, actually. Why is that burning? The hell has happened to that? It's on fire, lads. But yeah, the Red Wains are in charge. Tala's frickin' relatives are in charge. We would have had kids that were related to the Lord Paramounts at this rate. Honestly, I probably won't expand any further than we currently have, and we'll just... This is now our powerhouse. And we'll build up our buildings and strength and stuff and play as this. I'm not going to take Dawn unless the Martells give me a very good reason to rebel. Like, there has to be a very good reason to rebel against them. And right now I have no reason to be anything but loyal. So, yeah. I don't really want to be Prince of Dawn anyway. It'll just become too easy. It's already too easy. Everything's too easy. This entire mod's too easy. Even when I'm, like, purposely trying to do things that make sense in the story, it's still a thing. I'm still, like, incredibly powerful. Speaking of power, I don't like these guys, because they're not an actual noble house, so I'm going to revoke it. And because I have a claim, it's not tyranny, lads. He might rise in rebellion, in which case I will destroy him. But he's not going to. There we go. Easy. Ah, young Griff died of a horse riding accident. All the Targaryens are coming out not Targaryen-y. I think this further secures my belief that they're not actually the Targaryens, and that... I don't even know if they're Blackfoot. They might just be the Pisswater Princes, honestly. And the Targaryens on the throne aren't even the actual, like, Valyrians. Like, not proper Valyrians, they're half-assed. I don't think the game's gonna let Rhaegar and Lyanna, like, come back or anything, unfortunately. I just don't think it's in the mod. Oh, hell no. No. As I walk around the encampment, suddenly a strange feeling that someone is missing bothers me. I ask around and everyone agrees to one thing, that they don't remember seeing Tala all day. This is worrisome. She's still just a child. Well, she got lost. Yeah, this is the girl that is named after Edric's, like, she is definitely Edric's favorite kid, so he is absolutely going to, yeah, I'll find them myself. I brought her back. She didn't like it for some reason, but I brought her back. Edric is, still doing pretty well, to be fair. He's chilling. The line of succession is very much secured, and we are pretty goddamn powerful at this stage. I can almost call 10,000 men, for Christ's sake. So yeah, I don't really know what the future holds for House Dayne. I feel like we're already, we've accomplished so much during Edric's reign that, yeah, and the realm is at peace. Like, yeah. We're just chilling, pretty much. At this stage, we are just chilling. Beric, what the hell are you doing? You got a fine-looking wife with an admittedly long head, but still, like, you have not 1, but 2, but 3, but 4, but 5 children together, and you have just come into my office and said, "I'm leaving, father. Me and this random lowborn chick that I found on the street are in love." You roll your eyes at Beric. What is your fool of a son up to this time? We will seek adventure. The world is vast, and there is glory to be found. I will shout, "Dawn brings light at the world," until it remembers my name. It is evident that my beloved son is being serious. I'm going to have to do something. And he'd divorce his missus. Isn't she your, like... Yeah, she's your soulmate, dude. What the f*** is wrong with you? Are you drunk? Come here, boy. I'm gonna beat you upside the head. There you go. I beat the boy. I wounded him, but he required a good thrashing. A yield, father, no more. I was stay at court. She's not more important to me than my life, while she looks disappointed. And you'll break it off with a lowborn girl as well. Can you improve, Twilight? Seriously, the tourneys are great, just for casually improving my axe to make it the best axe that has ever existed. Slowly but surely, Twilight is going to become better than Dawn. It almost is. Almost. But it doesn't come up with its own unique model, that's the only, like, thing. But yeah, I think we'll start skipping past most of the tournaments unless something particularly interesting happens, because it's basically the same event over and over again. There's not much, like, uniqueness to any of this. It's basically repeating the same stuff and the same options every single time. And I just keep going to the artisan every time to try to increase the awesomeness of my equipment. Because that's +7 now. My Dayne armor is +7 and Twilight's +8. Is pretty goddamn good. I think it's already got motto inscription, right? Inscribe a prayer, so it'll give me some prestige. Or can I stack the motto? Would be kind of funny. I want to see if I can stack the motto thing. I'd probably not, but... Oh no, it does stack. Ha! It does stack! Jesus, I can just go to tournaments all the time and make, like, ungodly amount of frickin' really bad dimes. Also, I am back to 69 prowess. Yennefer, could you possibly eat that any quieter? Cease your smacking of the cage with the giant stick. Yeah? She's not paying any attention. She's in her own little wonderland. Yeah, we might just kind of skip over most tournaments for Edric because he just wins all of them more or less, and nothing particularly interesting happens. I'm really just using them now to improve my weaponry and my equipment. Yet another tourney. This time jousting against my cousin, apparently. I think we're gonna win. Like I said, everything's pretty just... I do hope they expand upon this and make it more interesting. Because it is pretty much just selecting the same options over and over again, and nothing particularly overly interesting is happening. Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally killed Jasper. My lance struck home before shattering his shield. When reset my lance catches, I have won. Jasper was maimed for his efforts and died soon after. I accidentally indirectly killed my cousin. Oops. Victory, find contests, I can do this, aim for his head every time. It's always the same options, and basically usually like 90% of the time I win. Hell, like 98% of the time I win. Lads, I've played a lot of CK3, and I don't think I've ever had a character live this long. Or maybe, at least, not a character that I haven't just blindly skipped past his entire life. Edric's life has been probably one of the most interesting characters I've played as, to be perfectly honest. He is 75. His health is poor. I am ailing, but he is still insisting that we go to Oldtown, to the local tourney. And I think I've already made a marriage pact. Yeah, my granddaughter is betrothed to the to Lord Hightower's grandson, and I think there's a Hightower girl betrothed to somebody else as well. Either way, we're making like alliances with the Hightowers, so we are, I'm assuming, going to finalize that agreement going to Oldtown now with Edric. I don't know how long he's going to last, but we do have a tournament to get to. This may well be his final, I think. And we tried to... Oh, the king is here. I'll try to befriend Aegon. Look at this, I just played at my tent. He thanks me with feeling. I think I made the right choice. I'm befriending the king, lads. Edric has known a few kings in his time. The wrestling. The frickin' 76-year-old old man is going to wrestle these lads. Teach these young whippersnappers what for. This is probably going to be Edric's final tourney. We can't not win everything. Or at least something. Honestly, I think the Edric's showing off. He's still like... He still insists... I've got 2 swords there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Edric still insists in taking part in the tournaments, but really, I suppose we're taking most of our family, and Beric and the kids going to the tournaments. Plus, organizing the betrothal with the Hightowers is important. I feel like Edric deserves some kind of, like, Sword of Something title that isn't... I mean, let's be real, there's no way he isn't worthy of Dawn. Really. But, you know, that's what it is. A great occasion, lads. Ooh! A prized bow. Ah, they're just blues. Ah, that one's... Prized brooch is, thing. I didn't get either of those, actually. We're mainly here for, we befriended the king, and we secured ourselves a betrothal with the Hightowers. I'd say that's a trip well made, to be fair. It does really feel like a great injustice that Edric never got to be the Sword of Mourning after all of that. Like, after his entire life and being basically... I mean, arguably, he has surpassed Arthur Dayne. That is now +9. Very slowly, Dayne's armor is becoming, like, unstoppably powerful. The time has come, ladies and gents. My grandson needs to be married to the Martell girl, who I gave a red dress. Like, for the red Martell sun and stuff, and jeweled hair and shit. She looks pretty. I honestly didn't think that Edric would live long enough to see his grandson married, but, apparently, yeah. I feel like Edric hosting this comes full circle, considering how, you know, he has a bad history with grand weddings.